Hi, my name is Leia Kidd, and today I will be talking about turbo tights. Now, turbo tights are an innovation made for the dance world, and they are used to increase the engagement of muscles while you are dancing. So, what is my mission with this product? I'm looking to improve dancers one step at a time, and I'm hoping that it will encourage improvement and overall success in the studio as well as in rehearsals. And I'm also looking to create good habits for dancers that will be lasting throughout their careers. These tights can be used in varying ways within the dance world. For example, dance companies can invest in them for all of their company members. They can be helpful for online classes, and they can also be used for personal improvement and personal corrections. Investing in turbo tights for companies would be a good way for them to raise the standard of their company. Even as professionals, they need reminders of an engagement to go back to the basics and realign their bodies. It would also be helpful before performance to make sure that the right muscles are engaged before they go on stage. In the time we're living in today with the pandemic and certain restrictions, online dance classes have become a big part in the dance world. Now, a big problem with this is that you cannot be physically corrected over a video class. So a lot of the times in an in-person class, the teacher will come over to you. They might touch the area where you should be engaging just to give a reminder, or they may use their hands to manipulate your body in a way so that you know exactly what you should be feeling. Without these constant reminders, our body can get kind of in a routine, get lazy, and I personally felt this during the 2 months of online dance classes that I had to do. I felt my technique begin to weaken as I wasn't getting these reminders. So these turbo tights will allow for you to have constant reminders as the vibrations will be sent to your muscles that you should be engaging. Turbo tights will also encourage personal improvement. So a lot of the times we're in class, we're getting corrections, but maybe you don't know what to do outside of the class to improve on the things that you're struggling with. So say you're in front attitude, the most important thing you need to do is engage that inner thigh to obtain maximum turnout. Now the app will help with this because it offers suggestions for exercises that you can do to strengthen the muscles that you're not engaging. The turbo tights will be similar to the design of cutoff tights, where they go from just above the knee to the waistline. Now, I chose this because the most important muscles that need to be engaged are all the muscles in the thigh, as well as the glutes and the core. This is also a universal design because ballet dancers can wear them over their tights and leotard, and modern dancers can also wear them because modern dancers often only wear cutoff tights or shorts. It will be made out of a legging material to support the technology inside the tights, and the waistline can also act as a hip alignment belt, which many ballet schools already use to make sure that the dancer's hips are square. So let's take a look inside the tights. They will be composed of muscle sensors, FSRs, as well as ball bearing exciters, which will send the vibrations to the targeted muscle area. Muscle sensors measure the muscle activity through the electrical potential of a muscle. So this basically means that the harder you flex a muscle, the more electrical activity there is going to be. So the type of muscle sensor that is going to be in these tights are called myowares, and these basically measure how hard a muscle is flexing, and it outputs an analog signal. So this is important because the app is going to be able to interpret this signal, and it will be able to tell the level of engagement that the muscle was at. FSRs will also be found throughout the tights, and FSRs stand for force-sensitive resistors, and these are able to detect pressure as well as squeezing. So they will output the amount of force that is being applied to them, which will help the muscle sensors determine how engaged the muscle is. There will also be ball-bearing exciters, which will be in the waistband so they can't be felt. And these will be connected to little wires that go throughout the tights. So when a vibration wants to be sent to a muscle, it will go along the wire and to the muscles that you feel a vibration where you're supposed to engage. How is this app going to work? Basically, there's going to be a Bluetooth chip inside the tights, and there's going to be a small button. You press that to connect to the app, the Turbo Tights app. Once you are connected, you can go into it. There's going to be two options. The first one is going to be all of the ballet exercises as well as modern ones. You select the exercise you're doing, press start, and it will start sending vibrations to the muscles that you are supposed to be engaging throughout the exercise. Once you're done, it will show you a diagram of what muscles you're engaged and the level of engagement. Now the second option is you go in and you just press start, and then after that it would also show you the level of muscle engagement. The difference is that if you don't select an exercise, it won't send vibrations, but this would be a good option if you're doing a combination in the center where you're not doing just one specific exercise. And then after that, once you've done this a couple times, you can see the stored data over a long period of time, and you can track the progress that you've made for like a certain exercise. So say you're doing plies and you don't really want your quads engaged, but you do want your inner thighs engaged. It will show you how you've improved the engagement and how maybe you started with a high level of quad engagement, but now you're at a lower level. Once you have finished an exercise, you will see a diagram of the muscles where the tights cover, and all the major muscle groups will be there. So your quads, your hamstrings, your inner thighs, your glutes, core, all of that. And there's going to be color zones that tell you the level of engagement that certain muscle was. So for example, if your quad is highlighted red, that means that it was highly engaged. Pink means that it's engaged, green, sometimes engaged, and blue is that it was not engaged at all. And then on the side, it will also have a comparison of the muscles that were the most engaged, as well as the muscles that were supposed to be engaged according to that exercise. The app will also feature a section where it will give exercise suggestions that you can do to improve the muscles that you need to be strengthening. So it will have exercises for Pilates, give workouts, stretches for different muscles that you need, as well as things you can do for band work. So it kind of analyzes all the data that it has recorded and determines which muscles that you need to be working on the most, and offers exercises you can do to improve. The next steps I'm going to take in order to make Turbo Tights become a reality is, the first one is to partner with a manufacturing company, and this would be to, one, determine the cost that it would be to make these tights, as well as begin to make them and see what the product is like. Second is to prototype and test, so distribute them out to a certain amount of people and test the effectiveness of them. And then after that, we're looking to sell to dance companies such as Block, Capizio, Bunheads, so that they can start manufacturing and distributing them as well. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to listen about Turbo Tights. I hope that one day they can reach dancers so that they can all improve one step at a time.